Hi children, in this video we will learn part B, grammar. Right. So let's look at our English paper at a glance. In section B, we will have grammar and vocabulary for 40 marks. But in this video, we will learn only grammar from question number 16 to 23. And I have divided this into two parts. From question number 16 to 20, it is all about textual grammar. We'll have relative clauses, passive voice, linkers, prepositions, and verb forms. And the 21 to 23 will have language functions. We can score easily this area. Like we'll have advice, polite request, and identifying the language functions. Well, now we will see. The first question is 16th question is, it's all about you'll get defining or non-defined relative clause, and the syllabus reference is relative clauses from unit 1. And you'll get the question like combine the sentence using who, which or that. Now here is a question for you. Nick was teased and bullied. He had an electric wheelchair. Combine the sentence using who. Right? So let's check this again. What you have to do is you have to replace the he and you have to use who. Let's see now. Nick, who was teased and bullied, had an electric wheelchair. Right? This is how we'll do. And the next one is, the meeting was held in the town hall. It was a great success. Combine the sentence using which. Now let's look at this one. The meeting which was held in the town hall was a great success. Right? If you look at these two sentences, the first one gives additional information. What is the main information is? Nick had an electric wheelchair. If you remove this, who was teased and bullied also, will get the information, main information. So this is known as non-defined relative clause. We have to use commas. Whereas in the second sentence, there were many meetings, but we are talking about which meeting was successful? The meeting which was held in the town hall was a great success. So here we don't use commas. Now here is the practice for you. Let us practice. What we'll do is for every question we'll explain, and then here is a small task and let us practice this one. So you'll have timer for this and the question will be ready, and within that 30 seconds you should be ready for that. Are you ready? Right. The question is, Gandhiji loved in non-violence. He was loved by all. You have to combine the sentence using who. So now just think. Try to do it. So we have taken one example. Now your time is up. So let us check the answer. Gandhi, who believed in non-violence, was loved by all. Perfect. Now let's go for the 17th question. It's all about passive voice. Right? The question is, they are painting the walls in our schools. Right? Try to identify the tense and just imagine what you have to add. Right? Now you know the subject is they and the verb part is are painting, and we have two objects here. The walls is the direct object, and that is the direct object. In our schools is indirect object. So now what is the direct object we have to take now? The walls, and this is continuous tense. So you have to add is or are plus being plus V3. So now the answer is the walls are being painted by them in our schools. The walls, plural, are being painted. This is the passive form, are being painted. When it is continuous tense, we use this are being painted. Now get ready for your task. Right, your time starts now. Read the sentence. The CM has implemented several welfare schemes in AP. Right? You have to be careful with the present perfect tense, especially. Now you identified the tense, that is present perfect, and here it is the CM, so it is has implemented. And whereas when you do that passive voice, now let's see what will happen. Hope you're all ready. Right. So several welfare schemes have been implemented by the CM in AP. So in the active voice it was the CM has implemented, but whereas in this sentence the main subject will be, the new subject will be several welfare schemes. So you have to use have been implemented. Wonderful. Now, question number 18 is all about adverbial clauses or linkers. And the question will be like, combine the sentence using adverbs such as, since, or because, or when, in spite of, such that, although, neither nor, or besides. And this is from textual. And the syllabus reference is from Unit 3. And join sentence using linkers, we have another unit, in Unit 6 also we have this. So please go through that, and here is one sample for you, right? So he wanted to apply for leave. He wanted to stay at home for some more days. These are two sentences, right? So now you have to find out the cause and which sentence you have to take first. That is what you have to identify. Then you have to use that adverbial clause. Like for example, what is the main cause? He wanted to stay at home for some more days. So what did he do? He wanted to apply for leave. Since he wanted to stay at home for some more days, he wanted to apply for leave. That is the answer. Now, here is the task for you. Right. Here is an easy question for you. Nick has no arms and legs, but he can do so many things. You have to combine the sentence using although, right? So you can understand now what comes first. Just do it, it's easy. Well, your time is up, and now let's check the answer. Although Nick has no arms and legs, he can do so many things, right? Perfect. So now question number 19. It is all about the question from prepositions, and you have two questions for this. You will have fill in the blanks with suitable prepositions. We have two syllabus reference. Number 1 is Unit 2 and number 2 is Unit 4. And let's look at the example here. I am amazed dash you Victoria with or at or for. You know the answer is I am amazed at. Perfect. And the second one is, let's see for this example, I completed my project ahead dash others. Okay, is it with, of, or by? So I completed my projects ahead of others, right? So now here is the task for you. Get ready. My problems are very similar dash yours. And the second one is, she had always been bad dash languages. You have learned in the unit 4 that good at, like that, and very similar dash. So just try it. Hope you are ready with your responses. Right. Your time is up. Now let's check. So my problems are very similar to yours. And the second one is, she had always been bad at languages. Right? So now question number 20 is all about verb forms. Fill in the blanks with the short full forms of the verbs given in the brackets. And the syllabus reference is simple past and present perfect from unit 2 and past perfect and simple past from unit 3. Now here is the question for you. The train dash before we reach the railway station. You have to identify the adverbial phrase or the timing word, and then you have to choose which tense we have to use here. So we have before or after. There are two actions. So for the earlier action, we use past perfect. So the answer is, the train had left, right? And now let's look at the second one. Several doctors dash in China in 2019, but many doctors returned in 2020. So the action is over. So the verb form here is be. So you have to use the simple past. So the answer is, several doctors were. Right? So this is how you have to do. Now let us check for the other one. Here is the task for you. I dash visit Delhi last year. The second one is, he dash not complete his project yet. The key words here are last year and yet. So let us check this. Last year and yet. Right. Let's check the answer now. I visited Delhi last year. The key word is last year, the timing word. So last year and yesterday in 2019, it all refers to simple past. So the verb form is I visited. And the second one is why it yet. This is the reference. It's about present perfect. So he has not completed his project yet. So present perfect, has not completed. Right. Up to now we have learned the textual grammar, and now we are working with language functions. So it is quite easy. The first one is giving an advice or suggestion based on the given context. Now in this question, especially you have to use should or should not. That's more preferable. For example, your friend often goes out without wearing a mask. Advise him or her. Right? So I know that you can do this quite well, but still we can see now here. You should wear a mask. Here we are using you should. And the second one is, you can also write, you should not go out without wearing a mask. Right? So now here is the task for you. Get ready. Your uncle is a heavy smoker. He smokes a lot. Advise him to stop smoking. I know you can do it well. So here also again you can use two options. But though there are many ways to express this and write this, I suggest you use, if it is you have to do, use should, and if you should not do, use should not plus V1, right? I am sure that you are ready with this one. Right, let's check your answer now. You should not smoke cigarettes. It's bad for your health. Or even you can say you should stop smoking cigarettes. And question number 22 is all about polite request. And the question you will have is, change the following into a polite request like this. You to a villager, show me the way to the community hall. For this question, you can write in several ways. The best way and the simplest way for anyone is, you can say, please show me the way to the community hall. Or the best polite request would be, could you show me the way to the community hall? And please don't mention again please here. Could you please? No. Write simply, could you show me the way to the community hall? Or please show me the way to the community hall. This is very easy. Now here is the task for you. Get ready. You to a stranger, where is the ATM? See, the question looks very rude, right? So when you have a question, it's very important. You can't say directly, please tell where is the ATM. You have to change the format. You have to change it into a statement by putting this is at the end. I know you can do it. Try it. Your time is up. Now let's check. Could you tell me where the ATM is? You have to answer. Could you tell me where the ATM is? This is how you have to answer this question. Or even you can ask, would you mind telling me where the ATM is? If they give the word like would you mind or would you, then you have to go with like this. Would you mind telling me where the ATM is? And now here is the last question in this part B grammar. So identifying the expression. This is one important question where you have to think and where you will be confused also. So you have to be more careful. What do the following sentence mean? Choose the right answer and write it in your answer book. So the first question for you is, keep quiet, will you? The options are asking a question, making an order, or making a suggestion. And here there will be a distractor. As there is a question mark, most of the students will write it's like asking a question, but it's not asking a question. It is making an order. Now the next one. Why didn't you ask Vimala to write letters? Right? So again, read the question. And now A, order, B, suggestion, and C is question. What do you think it is? So when it's why don't you, this is a suggestion. Right? So now let us see. Your time starts now. The question is, shall I do it for you? Is it giving advice or making a request or offering help? And the next one is, the car hasn't arrived yet. It must have got a flat tire. A, inference, B. compulsion, and C. possibility. Try to guess. And shall I do it for you? Is it giving advice or making a request or offering help? What do you think it is? I know you can do better. And the second one is also the car has not arrived yet. It must have got a flat tire. Is it inference or compulsion or possibility? Let's check it. So the first one is, shall I do it for you? It is offering help. And the second one is, the car has not arrived yet. It must have. Here it is inference. So this is all about language functions. And we have learned the grammar part only in this video. And in the next video, we will learn vocabulary. Right? That's all for today. And keep watching and stay home and do well, practice well so that you can score good marks. Thank you for watching.